Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Win, back again with another stupid fucking video. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video than what I normally record on today's channel. I haven't recorded a video in a very long time on my channel, per se. The Everyday Boys is getting a new video by the end of this week. But today we're going to be talking about exclusivity deals and digital-only based content when it comes to video games. And my utter frustration when it comes to digital-only games on physical copies. Case in point, the developers at Remedy stated that they wanted to keep the Alan Wake 2 digital only because it will keep the price down to $70, around $60 to $50 approximately. Well, this is good on paper in terms of it being a digital-based copy. Now the issue is that whether or not people want to get a physical copy of the game, because now people are now forced to purchase a digital copy of a video game that is about 30, 40, maybe even 60 gigs on their consoles even. They're going to have to buy extra RAM and, of course, extra storage for their consoles now. And this is coming from a guy who loves collecting physical copies and loves collecting physical editions of games. I've been collecting them for quite a long time now. My utter frustration with Alan Wake 2 especially is it is now an Epic Games exclusive. It is now on the Epic Games Store. Alan Wake 2 is $60, which is still pretty decent. It is still very decent for a video game like this, that it being $50 on the Epic Games Store is very dirt cheap for a AAA game like this. But it being an Epic Games exclusive also has the same problem. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction had this problem, Dead Island 2 has this problem, and now Alan Wake 2. I was hoping that this game would probably be the game of the year for me personally, because I fucking love Alan Wake, and I have it on console, and I'm hoping to get Alan Wake 1 on PC again, so I can stream the game for the boys, as well as maybe on Twitch at some point, which I hope to God at some point we get to do, if anything really. But typically speaking, this is my frustration with Remedy, as what they're doing for a digital code that they don't want a disc that requires a download. Just make the fucking game at this point. Like, the game's digital due to a large number of people shifting to digital only to keep the price at $60/$49.99. They also do not want to ship a disc that requires download. That is another big problem. When you have a game that is only digital only, do people want to get... Literally, if people want to play offline, for example, and they need to install a video game, it takes a ton of space on their computer. Or Xbox. Case in point, I have a digital Xbox One. I bought a digital space storage for 500 gigs for $120, by the way. I spent over $300, $400 on my new Xbox One, Xbox Series S in this case. I bought new copy for that, new games for that. I got fucking Dead Island 2 on that bitch. I got Halo Infinite on that bitch, and it still takes up a lot of space. And this is my biggest problem with digital-based games. I love Steam, and I love there's some really cool things about the Epic Games Store that I like. But the problem is that these exclusivity deals and having the game digital only makes things even worse, not only as a consumer of video games, but people that enjoy the Alan Wake series. And they're taking L's, man. They're taking L's. Yet, fucking Payday 3, the standard edition of Payday 3, it is $40. And it comes with a physical disc and case. Think about that. We got a fucking developer of Overkill, for example. Overkill. We're making Payday 3, and it's coming out in September. And I'm really excited for that game. I've already pre-ordered the game already. They managed to not only keep the game at decent price, but if you buy the DLC that's like $60, $70, for example, you get 2 years of content, you get multiple heists, weapon packs, and all that other stuff. Even though that they're introducing a battle pass, the battle pass is considered optional in this case, so you don't have to purchase that shit. But for Alan Wake 2 to only be digital-based only, no disc, and of course, obviously having that same issue with fucking just a lot of the other crap, now we get to the point of, is Alan Wake 2 ready to purchase? Because now I have to wait for Alan Wake 2 to come on Steam, and knowing Epic Games exclusive deals, normally to take around a year or 2 years to come to Steam. And that's what I fucking hate about Epic Games exclusive deals. I fucking hate them, because now I have to wait even more to purchase a video game. Now I have to purchase a physical copy of a video game or a digital-based copy on my Xbox Series S or my PS4, or I have to get a PS5 just so I can play with friends. And this is the fucking worst part of all of this. This is the worst part. Now my friends and I have to wait another whole 2 ass years just to get it on Steam. Now don't get me wrong, that makes things a little bit easier for me. In case in point, that way I can save some money, or people can save some money so we can wait for a sale. That way they can purchase Dead Island 2 and play for themselves, which I think is alright in this case. If you're a consumer, saving your money is much worth pre-ordering a $70 video game and then having your expectations being solely crushed by the fact that this fucking game is digital only. So that's great. The price point is pretty alright. Having the game at $49.99, $50 is pretty decent. A AAA game like this is actually not too bad. I think the price is pretty decent. It's just that having it be digital only and having it being on the Epic Game Store is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. This is just too much expectations for exclusivity deals. Fuck those exclusivity deals. Honestly, I want to play a fucking video game. I want to play a goddamn video game. A lot of people did not like this when it first was announced back in May, and even I'm just annoyed about it because now I have to fucking wait a whole 2 ass years just to get this game. And look at Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. All right, that game fucking flopped when it came out, and now it is $10 on Steam. $10 on Steam. I won't be getting that game because guess what? I'm getting GTFO instead, so fuck you. But, you know, my friends Carp, my friend Joe, they bought Extraction at full fucking price, and I told them wait a fucking year for it to come on Steam and wait for the sales to come. They did not listen, and guess what? The game is now fucking really cheap now. On sale for $10 on Steam. They lost a full 20 to $30 on this game. They bought this shit on the in case they didn't buy this in the Epic Game Store. They bought this through the fucking Ubisoft app. Don't get me wrong, I stopped playing Siege in a very little while, but the problem is that the standard version's at a lower price. It comes with the expansion pass, you know, all the skins and stuff, for example, which again, not really happy about this personally. And, of course, obviously, it is Alan Wake 2 launches October 17th for PC, PS5, well, in this case, Epic Game Store. Case in point, they say, fuck you, Steam. Again, comparing, like, with Nintendo, with Tears of the Kingdom, I love Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is good. Redfall, not so much for this article, which, in this case, it doesn't really do it that much justice. IGN is not really a good, trustworthy article in this case, but... case in point, don't like the sole reason we got $70 games. They make more profit, and large cut of the $60, so $70 plus physical. It's usually the printing cost, really. The games nowadays just seem very pitiful in this case, in terms of just being original in this case, because, you know, Alan Wake 2 is just really pissing me off. Dead Island 2 had this problem, and I was very upset when fucking Dead Island 2 was only on Epic Games and was not on Steam. Now I have to wait a full another 2 years. So that's going to be great. Danny, I can't wait for this game to come out on Steam next year. That way I can play it with my boys. 3-player co-op. Is there anything else that I would like to say about these exclusivity deals and having a digital base only? Well, for one thing, well, it's like, oh, you know, like collecting video games and all this other stuff. Like, oh, it doesn't fill up that much space. But the thing is that I can literally go to my Switch or go to my PS4, or even my Xbox 360. I don't have an Xbox Series X that does physical content because obviously I got my Xbox digital because they sold out the physical. Now I'm gonna have to trade that shit in for a different for a different console, and I'll have to pay the difference at most. But personally speaking, when it comes to content like this, I'm very disappointed with the amount of bullshit I have to deal with. So, yeah, I'm very disappointed with Alan Wake 2. If the game comes out and is a big flop, I am not surprised, but I'm really excited for Alan Wake 2 personally in terms of the story, because I love Alan Wake 1, I love the first game, but that's just me. It really comes down to whatever you're interested in, or whatever, games that you're interested in personally. I would say wait for this to drop on Steam. I would wait for this to drop in price at most, with most games nowadays. Most other games I don't even want to pre-order at this point, because what's the point of pre-ordering when you can't even, when you're paying, for a very shitty, digital content, digital game. So that's great. Large amount of people switching to digital only. No, that's not true. A lot of other companies are sticking to physical. Even then, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, fucking, Redfall, even though that game is a piece of shit. Newest games such as Starfield, that's coming out on Xbox Series, on Xbox, for PS4, obviously PS4, PS5. Can't wait for that currently, but I'm very disappointed that Alan Wake 2 is going to be a digital-only game, as well as it being on the Epic Games Store, like usual, because everyone wants Epic Games. Everyone wants Epic Games. So, yeah, I'm very disappointed with this. I hate Epic Games exclusivity deals now. I really, really do not like it. I want to play these fucking games, but I don't want to download another whole-ass launcher and pay on that fucking launcher instead of paying with my Steam account. Yeah. So, this is when I do have some other cool reviews coming out within the next couple of days or so. Case in point, I'll be reviewing the Pirate and Myth Amiibos coming out on the 21st, as well as the Kasumi Yoshizawa Figma coming out in September. I will be reviewing those, as well as playing a couple other games. Currently, I'm in the middle of Dead Space Remake. I'll be playing through that. I'll be streaming that on my YouTube channel. Won't be streaming on Twitch. I'll be streaming on my YouTube channel, so you can just come back to my channel and I can stream Dead Space Remake on here, which is going to be really great. So, this is Win, signing off.